TV Mobile.
And now WALA-TV presents Newsbeat, Channel 10's award-winning news report, produced by the top television station in the state, with Carlton, Cordell and the news, Danny Treanor and the weather, and Jim Koblas with sports. Now here is News Director Carlton Cordell.
Good evening. We were at a murder trial today, and we're going to have that story for you on tonight's Newsbeat.
Going to be chilly again tonight, dropping down to about 48.
In sports, we have features on golf at South Alabama, racing at Mobile Greyhound Park.
That murder trial was of Ritter and Evans. That's on the way up to the control room right now. We'll have that for you in just a few moments. But first, the man whose body was found Sunday near the Mobile airport has been identified. Sheriff's deputies say the man was 74-year-old James Lewis Atwood, who lived at 558 Haley Street here in Mobile. Neighbors said Mr. Atwood was known to wander away from home at times, and he got lost. Police say there is no evidence of foul play. It is believed he tried to climb a fence, caught his foot in it, and could not get free. Mobile County narcotics agents confiscated illegal drugs today, and Sally Jasper has the story.
You are looking at 258 grams of high-grade cocaine. Detectives say it was confiscated late this morning from a Mobilian as his flight out of Miami touched down at Municipal Airport. Sheriff Tom Purvis identified the man as James Lansing Murphy, a criminal justice graduate of the University of South Alabama. This batch is one of the largest hauls the Sheriff's Department has made. The sheriff said his men followed a good tip, and it paid off. Purvis said cocaine is a dangerous, powerful, and addicting drug, and one that is not uncommon in this area. The value of these few ounces is set at $40,000. This is Sally Jasper for Channel 10 Newsbeat.
A new traffic ticket is now being used here in Mobile. The first of them went into effect this morning. Reporter Joe Giardina says the new forms have created problems for the motorist and the policeman.
With the flick of a finger, the radar gun quickly zeroed in on speeding motorists. But when it got down to writing out the tickets, time became an irritating factor for both the motorist and the policeman. The new forms require more detailed information and nearly triples the time it took to write out the old tickets.
The traffic tickets are going to be way down. We're just going to have to get used to it, and the public's going to have to get used to it, especially the long delays we have to take in writing citations.
Before the new system, the whole process would take about 3 minutes. We timed the new system, and it took an average of 10 minutes. One policeman, in fact, became so worried about the details that he forgot one major detail, that of giving the motorist back his driver's license. So if you were given a speeding ticket this morning and you can't find your driver's license, it just may be in safekeeping at police headquarters. There's one other to this new ticket writing system. A motorist is now required to sign his name on the back of the ticket. If the motorist refuses, then the policeman on duty will arrest that motorist and send him to jail, and the automobile will be towed away. For Channel 10 Newsbeat, I'm Joe Giardina reporting.
We're still waiting for that tape to make it to our control room. It should be up there very shortly. But meanwhile, flooding was the big topic at both commission meetings today, and we'll cover those meetings next.
What's that, another copier?
Not at all. It's the new Savin 780 plain paper copier. It's the most reliable machine on the market. It's practically jam-proof.
Yeah.
The copies are always clean and sharp, regardless of the original, whether you copy onto one side or two.
Oh, yeah?
Look at this convenient document feed. It'll save you time.
Oh, yeah?
The Savin 780 is a winner.
What's that copier going out, the loser?
Yeah.
For a demonstration, see Copy Products Company in Mobile, Pensacola, Fort Walton.
We've just gotten the go-ahead for the biggest Whirlpool appliance event of the year. Brand new Whirlpool specials. Value-packed appliances built especially for this spectacular event. Here's a report on the special washer your dealer has waiting for you. Tom, cut to camera, too. Compare this special model with regular Whirlpool model LDA 7800, a washer with similar features selling for more. And then add up the big savings we have for you during this limited-time-only special offer.
Spring wheels, lively wheels to get away. Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on the spring wheels.
Like
The Pinto Cruising Wagon, Ford's newest idea in vanning. Or this lively-looking Pinto with its inexpensive pop-up open-air roof.
Turn on the spring wheel.
Get a great car for a little scratch at Al Trovinger Ford, the little cheaper dealer, Beltline at Highway 45.
The Mobile City Commission met this morning, and while the meeting was going on, flood victims demanded to be heard. Cheryll Myers was at that confrontation.
The commissioners discussed several items this morning, including an update on the Tolman Creek drainage area. No sooner had the discussion ended than a delegation of Dubois Street residents who lost thousands of dollars in home furnishings last Friday gathered to see the mayor. Public Works Director Tom Peavy met with the group, who demanded immediate aid from the city in relief of their situations.
Well, we came down today to see could we get some aid from the city, because when that water falls, it bags up, and it has gotten so high now until rats are running right across the front porch like children, where snakes are out. Yesterday a man killed a snake, threw him across the fence in the ditch.
Mayor A.J. Cooper was then called and joined the group in meeting with the commission. After nearly a half hour of hashing out the problem and accusing the group spokesman of media manipulation, Mayor Lambert Mims said there was only so much that could be done right now. Upon leaving, one member of the group said they would go so far as to throw up pickets in front of City Hall to show they meant business in their bid for aid.
That murder trial tape is ready now, and so two men who have already confessed to a local murder and asked for the death penalty went on trial today, and Molly Broderick was in the courtroom.
It was a trial with few surprises. The district attorney appeared to be only going through the legal motions. All three defense attorneys had little or no cross-examination of any of the witnesses. But probably the most significant pieces of evidence came from the two defendants, and against the advice of their attorneys, the two took the witness stand.
My name is John Lewis Evans, and on January the 5th, I was involved in a crime with Eddie Nasser. I am also the one that did pull the trigger and shoot and kill him during the commission of a felony, a robbery. Our whole trip was based on robbery. It's kind of a spree, and it's well planned, and I've been in crime a long time. To go back in there, the only thing I've got to say to the jury is that I've been at it a long time, and if you don't come back with a death sentence, which is the only other thing I think you can come out with, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do it again.
Evans went on to tell the jury that he'd been involved in over 250 armed robberies, 2 extortions, and 9 kidnappings. Then Ritter took the stand, and he too admitted everything. He told the court he only wanted to die. Life imprisonment wouldn't do. And he gave the jury the choice of his life or theirs.
Well, I think there are 2 considerations. First, we did kill Mr. Nasser. We knew we might have to kill somebody during any robbery. We had discussed it before. If anybody went for a gun, that's what was going to happen. We did kill him, so really the only thing you can come back with is the death penalty. And the other consideration is that if you give me life, if I got life imprisonment, I could get out in 10, 15 years. And when I got out, I know where everybody on the jury lives, and I wouldn't appreciate being in prison for 10 or 15 years, so I think I would have to come after you.
The closing arguments were brief, but the jury deliberations were even swifter, just 15 minutes.
This is in the case of John Lewis Evans III. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged in the indictment and fix his punishment of death by electrocution. J.W. Trammell, foreman.
Read me the verdict in Mr. Ritter's case.
This is in the case of Wayne Eugene Ritter. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged in the indictment and fix his punishment of death by electrocution. J.W. Trammell, foreman.
Today's verdict will be considered by some a landmark. This is the first death penalty verdict in Mobile County under Alabama's new death penalty law, and the first time the defendants have pleaded guilty. Tomorrow, Judge Hocklander will hold one further hearing, then sentence the two to either life imprisonment or death by electrocution. This is Molly Broderick for Channel 10 Newsbeat.
Now we'll get back to flooding. Pritchard Mayor A.J. Cooper asked the city of Pritchard to allocate $25,000 to immediately relieve flood sufferers in that city. It will be discussed in a meeting tomorrow at 3:45, and Cooper is asking that today's meeting be recessed so tomorrow's meeting will be official in case council action is needed. Reporter Renee Perry was at the County Commission meeting this morning, and the subject of flooding came up there too.
Last week's heavy rain caused a rash of flooding in the Mobile area, which resulted in a flood of complaints to the County Commission today over drainage and paving problems. Residents of Leslie Estates say they have a severe drainage block, and the people who live on Wickfield Road near Tillman's Corner have pretty much the same problem. They are asking the county to build a drainage system in their area. 15 citizens from Magnolia Hill were present to voice their protest of the county's delay in paving their community. They object to the spending thousands of dollars to put down red clay and shells instead of the much-needed asphalt. The commission had little to offer other than their sympathy. Commissioner Dan Wiley admitted all had valid complaints, but says the county just does not have the money. This is Renee Perry for Channel 10 Newsbeat.
District Judge Nicholas Kearney complained that the County Commission had not requested a bailiff for his court. Commissioner Dan Wiley said that he dropped the matter after Mr. Kearney had said one of the secretaries would take care of it. Wiley said he was offended that Kearney insinuated that a secretary could do the commissioner's job. Both men finally agreed there had been a misunderstanding, and Kearney is now going to get his bailiff. It was revealed today that Mobile businessman Kenneth Giddens did not resign as the Republican-appointed director of the Voice of America on his own. Mr. Giddens said today that he was forced to resign March 12th rather, because of the new administration wanting to put in its own man. Giddens was appointed to his post by then-President Richard M. Nixon and remained in that position nearly 8 years, becoming critical of the Nixon-Ford attitude toward American public relations. Even though fired by the Carter administration, Mr. Giddens said he believes the new administration will make major improvements in the VOA and that President Carter has already approved some expansion. We had nice weather again today, and we wondered how long it's going to last. So to find out, we'll have Danny Treanor here next to tell us.
Industrial strength 20 mule power can prepare your bathroom for a surprise invasion. It fights hard against scum and scale. It fights harder than what you're probably using now. 20 mule power wipes out mold and mildew and disinfects. 20 mule power costs more but fights harder, because you never know when you'll have to pass inspection.
Oh, what a surprise!
May I use your bathroom, dear?
This tiny quartz crystal makes quartz watches the most accurate in the world today. It's the heart of Seiko's traditional analog quartz and continuous readout multi-mode LC digital quartz. Seiko pioneered quartz watches and today continues to expand the boundaries of timekeeping with the largest quartz collection in the world, all made with meticulous accuracy and matchless beauty.
Seiko watches available at Elliott Jewelry.
1927, General Electric introduces the first truly modern electric refrigerator, and millions proclaim a happy end to the icebox age. Time marches on. 1977, GE introduces the 50th anniversary model. Huge capacity, frost-free, adjustable glass shelves. Plus, GE will send you a $50 savings bond after you buy it. A great value that took 50 years in the making.
Understand it might get a little cool again this evening and in the morning.
Last night dropped down to 47 degrees, a bit on the chilly side. Here we are full into spring, and they drop a surprise like that on top of us. And today it managed to get up to 72. You're going to see a change, though, but not before we finish this evening. We're going to have the change tomorrow. In fact, it'll warm up a bit. It should be considerably warmer by tomorrow night. Tonight, though, down to about 48 again. Check in to see what was going on. Not a whole lot in the southeast, just clear skies, some high-flying clouds. Nothing to interfere with anything, and just beautiful weather. Keeps on keeping on. And the only system that we've got our eye on is a little bit to the west, and it shows up on our prognostication for tomorrow. Meanwhile, we continue to have fantastic weather dominated by high pressure. Look for more blue skies and clear nights. The winds will calm down at night. Here's what we foresee on the map by tomorrow. Storm system finds itself over Minnesota, connects up to another storm over Wisconsin, then a cold front swings down to Nebraska, goes stationary over to another storm system located in Utah. Small cold front doesn't do much. It's moving through the desert southwest. This system could be here by the weekend. Might change our entire weather pattern. The biggest change is going to take place, though, tomorrow. Tonight, high pressure system is going to move off South Carolina. Let's back it up a little bit. Should be right in our general area, so it's going to keep on pumping in cool air. The clear skies at night are going to let all the temperatures we built up during the night escape. But by tomorrow, when this thing gets off South Carolina, it's going to start pumping a southerly flow of winds. Should be 5, maybe 10 degrees warmer tomorrow. Up to about 79 is our expected high. 12 hours of sunshine, no rain predicted. Maybe the next rain by the weekend. High today managed 72. Overnight it dropped to 47. Present temperature 71. High tomorrow about 79 with a low tonight of about 48. Winds are currently out of the northwest, 13 miles an hour. Expected to calm down tonight. No rain, humidity 32%. The barometer at 30.04 and steady air quality 47 and fair. Weather picture comes from Pixie Minor. Goes to Hope Elementary School. The area temperatures, everybody is in the 70s currently. The leader, 73, Biloxi Gulfport. The tidal situation for tomorrow. High tide at 6:30 tomorrow evening, right after Newsbeat. Low tide at 5:56 in the morning. Officially, going to be chilly again tonight, but sunny and warmer for Wednesday. Fair Wednesday night and Thursday. Low tonight, about 48. High tomorrow, about 79. There's no mention of rain in the forecast. So, should be a fantastic tomorrow. If you like today, you're going to like tomorrow. That's Newsbeat weather. I'm Danny Treanor. Again, here's Carlton.
One of the largest container ships ever to berth in the city of Mobile arrived today, and we have more on Mobile's federal appeal next.
Everybody's talking about it, about the unbelievable savings at the new Big E Warehouse Foods at Tillman's Corner, Highway 90 West. What a way to save. Big E is a tremendous warehouse filled with boxes and crates of quality foods, purchased at special low prices. Overhead is kept at rock bottom. You serve yourself, box or bag your purchases, do it all, and the savings passed on to you. Nobody but nobody can save you more than Big E Warehouse Foods, Tillman's Corner. And because you requested it, Big E will be open on Monday from now on. Open daily 10 to 9 p.m., Sunday noon to 6 p.m.
Introducing the bright, the latest, the exciting series of microwave ovens from Whirlpool. And each comes with an exclusive Whirlpool Micro Menus cookbook with recipes tested and approved by Better Homes and Gardens. As part of Whirlpool's microwave oven introduction, dealers are offering free extras like these, or free cooking schools, or free demonstrations. Here's what we have waiting for you.
Mr. Carlton, see all of these Dodges at Mobile Dodge? We must have $2 million worth of them, and we're going to sell them this month. And let me tell you something. It doesn't take the national debt to do business at Mobile Dodge. All it takes is $300 down and good credit to do business at Mobile Dodge in Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile City Commissioners adopted a resolution today to hold a municipal election on the third Tuesday in August. That would be on the 16th. The city clerk was authorized to get a list of qualified voters. And up in Montgomery today, Representative Gary Cooper introduced a bill to allow the election of a mayor-city council form of government here in Mobile. And Representative Sonny Callahan is now expected to add an amendment to that, which would call for a referendum at the next general election. Meanwhile, Governor Wallace has accused members of the State Senate Committee of stalling and bowing to special interest by holding up his utility package, and he promised to start pointing at those responsible. The stock market closed at 915.62 today, up 102, with the price of an average share of stock losing 2 cents. Chicago wheat went for $2.58, corn at $2.48 1/2. Soybeans dropped 30 cents to $10.01. Alabama soybeans also dropped 30 cents today to $9.82 1/2. Corn went for $2.51. One of the world's largest barge ships began taking on additional cargo at the Alabama State docks today, and reporter Dick Darby was there.
It was only a few years ago when this was considered the shipping concept of the future. It's more than just containerized cargo and barges fully loaded aboard this 875-foot floating warehouse. Today, the ships settle 37 feet deep, nearly the size of 3 football fields, but there was still room for additional cargo. Just a few years ago, it would have taken 5 ships to handle this cargo and weeks of docks activity, a fact that has bugged the ILA. They have on occasion refused to work such ships, demanding the right to both unload and reload both barges and containers, which of course would financially destroy the purpose of containerization. But the NLRB has said that such demands would be unlawful. So for the time being, the shippers can realize some savings and, equally important, see their cargo arriving intact at one port instead of scattered across the country. Although the ILA has lost its battle recently with the NLRB over the rights of loading and reloading both barges and containers, there's every reason to believe that come September, this will be a major bargaining point when negotiations begin on a new contract. Dick Darby, Channel 10 Newsbeat.
Understand the snake is in town for tonight.
He is. Tonight's the regular spring meeting of the Mobile Touchdown Club, and the featured speaker will be the quarterback of the world champion Oakland Raiders, Kenny Stabler. The meeting has just gotten underway at the Country Club of Mobile. We'll have a full report tonight at 10. University of Alabama, South Alabama golf team will head to the Sun Belt Conference Golf Tournament this Thursday in Tampa. The Jaguar golfers are led by player coach Mark Griffin and are 3-0 for the spring season. Conference tourney will be played Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 18 holes each day. Team members include Keith Hagler, John Roberts, Gene Dykes, Ray Barbado, Paul DePiero, Bill Lightsey, Pete Thomas, and Mark Pawlowski. The Jaguar golfers' home course is the Azalea City course, and although the schedule is small and the team is barely above the club level, competition very strong at South, and they're one of the favorites in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. Well, Brazo Sir Sid continues to be the top-ranked greyhound at Mobile Greyhound Park, according to the latest top 10 released from the track. Brazo Sir Sid is wearing the number 3 blanket as they break from the box in the 3/8 of a mile course in the 12th race last night. Their strong challenge will come from number 1, Nice and Sue, with Brazo Meggie finally slipping into the show position. As we continue to watch the 12th race from last night, C's Matt is the second-ranked greyhound again this week, followed in order by Kay's Actress, C's Mickey, and MC's Tough Time. Brazo Sir Sid has 9 wins for the year, counting this race last night, and it puts him a little over 15 points ahead of second-place C's Matt in the standings. Coming up tomorrow night in the 10th race at Mobile Greyhound Park, it's a loaded one. 3rd-ranked Kay's Actress, 4th-ranked C's Mickey, and 5th-ranked MC's Tough Time, along with 8th-ranked Brazo Cumby. They'll all be in the 10th race tomorrow night. Meanwhile, the Pensacola Greyhound Park is closed tonight, this Tuesday only. Racing will resume tomorrow night, post time 8 p.m. That's at Pensacola Greyhound Park. One game played in the National League this afternoon. That had Chicago beating St. Louis. Balance of the National League under the lights tonight. The Atlanta Braves again playing host to the Cincinnati Reds, while the Dodgers are in San Diego to meet the Padres. Over in the American League this afternoon, a game between Toronto and Cleveland rained out. It took 13 innings, but Chicago beat Detroit, and it was Minnesota over Seattle late this afternoon. 3 other games set for tonight in the American League. Play in the American Golf Classic will get underway tomorrow in Pensacola over the Pensacola Country Club course. Also at Perdido Bay, Scenic Hills, and Santa Rosa Shores, too. The Auburn Tigers have signed 6'6" guard Rich Velokas, who played his freshman year at Indiana, and practice started today for Sunday's running of the Winston 500 stock car race. Pole position will be up for grabs tomorrow. That's sports, Carl, for right now.
Well, Jim, I think we've solved the UFO problem in Mobile, or maybe then we haven't. The problem, but we'll find out next.
What do you know about Kerr McGee? For instance, Kerr McGee people made the first commercial discovery of oil out of sight of land. The year was 1947. Why is that important now? Because the same innovative desire to find and develop natural resources for your use is still the moving force of Kerr McGee today. Kerr McGee people are working on this multi-million-dollar drilling rig and others like it, probing under the ocean for oil. When oil is found, this rig will be removed, and in its place, a Kerr McGee production platform is set to keep the oil flowing. That quick look at how offshore oil is discovered and produced is also a quick look at one way the work of Kerr McGee people affects your life. Some Kerr McGee people work here, some in oil refineries in Corpus Christi, Texas, and Wynnewood, Oklahoma. some in service stations throughout mid-America. But wherever you find Kerr-McGee people, you find people that work with oil, gas, coal, uranium, forest products, and chemicals, putting natural resources to work for you.
Find is a Department of Education project aimed at locating handicapped children and providing them with full educational opportunities. Child Find is primarily seeking preschool handicapped children, school-aged children not now receiving services in public schools, and those aged 18 to 21 wishing to continue their education. If your child or a child you know is in need of free exceptional student services, call your Child Find system. Remember, Alabama and Florida state laws guarantee every child a free education.
We have received many reports of UFO sightings over Mobile the past few weeks, so we sent Bill Capo to find the little green men and report back.
Every time this rather amazing aircraft has appeared in the skies of Mobile, Channel 10 News and the police department have been flooded with phone calls from people reporting UFO sightings. But, as it turns out, the whole thing is nothing more than the latest in advertising gimmicks. The UFO is really a small plane which has a light display mounted under the wings. The plane is based in Pensacola, advertises over most of the northwest Florida and Alabama coastal areas. It is owned by Moonglows Incorporated, an Atlanta-based firm. The sign is longer than the wings and can produce letters and simple figures with a small computer. One of the reasons it is mistaken for a UFO is that the plane cruises at only about 40 miles per hour.
Flying over Mobile, he centers the flight over heavy traffic areas, the major shopping centers here, the expressway, the ballparks where kids are out playing baseball, whatever, and flies with several different messages in one night for about 3 or 4 hours.
What is it that makes these kind of flights unique?
Well, it's very different. A lot of people haven't seen it, especially from this area. They get a big charge out of reading it, and they think it's a lot of fun. And they remember what they read.
One final note, from a distance, the advertising plane's sign resembles closely a slowly revolving object, and that is perhaps the reason so many people have run to their phones to report they have seen Martians in the skies above Mobile. This is Bill Capo, Channel 10 Newsbeat.
I might mention here that we'll be back in Judge Hochlander's court again tomorrow. There will be a mitigation hearing to see if there are any mitigating circumstances in the trial that happened today. And then, of course, the judge will have to pronounce official sentence on Ritter and Evans, so we will be there tomorrow, and we'll have a report for you on our 6 o'clock news tomorrow night. Former Governor James Folsom is being treated for what is believed to have been a mild stroke. He had been in the hospital for 3 weeks being treated for pneumonia when he suffered that stroke. By the way, all commercial shrimping in Alabama waters close at 6 o'clock Sunday morning for an indefinite period of time. They have to give those little bitty tiny baby shrimp time to get up to legal size before you can go out there and catch them and sell them.
From what I understand, there are not many out there right now. So let's let them grow.
That's right. That's right. Fine. Okay, that's going to be all for right now. Wayne Barnett will be back tonight at 10 o'clock along with Danny and Jim. Thank you very much, and good night.
Join us again this evening at 10 when WALA-TV presents the award-winning Newsbeat with newsman Wayne Barnett, weatherman Danny Treanor, and sportscaster Jim Koblas.